we focus on the Northern Region Soccer League, where there is a two-horse race. It's really becoming a very interesting fight there between Moors and top placed Moors and second placed Scotland. Just a point separating these two sides, although there's a game that hasn't been determined that Scotland played in. They're still waiting for a verdict from that game. It has been taken to the boardroom, but Moors lead the pack on 79 points while Scotland are on 78 points. And this coming weekend, well, Friday, Scotland play against Herentals. It's not going to be an easy game. I'm sure, David, you were following this keenly because there has been a lot attached to this game, especially from the Scotland side. A lot of money being thrown around. Now we hear some cars also being thrown around. It has really made this very, very exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting, and it's good for the players. I want to, to be benefiting, especially when our industry is not paying well.
They always say make hay whilst the sun shines.
Exactly, and I'm happy for Scotland. They are throwing all those monies to the players, and which is a very good benefit for the players. They really need to benefit, from winning games, and this game that they are playing on Friday, I think it will determine the promotion, especially in Scotland. They really need to win the game on Friday, and it's a test for them, because the Herentals, to be honest, I've seen even their first team, they can win games. It's the same thing with the Herentals under 20, so strong. Of course, it's a developmental side, but there are some senior players first team so that they can help the youngsters to grow.
How difficult is Scotland's last two games? You're talking about Herentals. Remember, they also finished with Black Mambas. Black Mambas dented Moors' chances just a bit, although Moors are still on top. But I think the past two games, Moors and Mambas drew.
Yeah.
So how difficult is that? Can they pick 6 points from these last two games?
For me, the most difficult game is against the Herentals under 20, more than the Mambas game. Because if you look at the Mambas game, Mambas as a team this year, for me, I'm disappointed with Mambas. Remember, it's a team that went all the way to the last game, to the wire, last season against Chegutu Pirates. And we might be talking of Mambas playing in the Premier League this year, but remember, they lost it when they lost to Chegutu Pirates. But then, you come back this season, they had to assemble again another squad. Most of the players that were playing there last year, they moved to different clubs. So they had to assemble another team. They lost their coach, John Toto. And to tell one, he's now assistant coach to Herbert Marua. So everything went off rail at Black Mambas.
So realistically, how many points can they pick?
For me, they can pick
6.
They can pick 4 points from 6 points.
Good enough?
It's not good enough.
To give them the title?
It's not good enough for me.
Mr. Teach, there's a derby. Moors, they play not on community, a local derby there, and they finish their game against a tricky Agama side.
I think for Moors, when you look at the remaining two fixtures, I think they have the easier route to potentially getting 6 points. Yes, I think against Northern Community and Agama, I think Moors, if they keep their heads and they don't get ahead of themselves, I think these are games that they should be winnable. I'm actually thinking Scotland have got their work cut out. I think Herentals love to be party spoilers, and I'm sure the Benzas hearing all this talk about Aquas, I don't think Herentals is just gonna bend over backwards and just say, you know what, you can steamroll us.
But can I take you back to last season though? Because there was a team called Chegutu Pirates. They needed to win their last game against the Herentals, and everybody had the same talk. The same script that you are giving us, but Herentals under 20 were beaten at Football General Stadium.
No, they were beaten. I'm not saying that Scotland can't win, but I'm just saying it's not as easy as that. And I'm actually thinking the trickier tie could actually be the match against Black Mambas, because I remember watching Moors and Black Mambas facing off, and Moors were completely outplayed. I know a lot of people might. Moors were outplayed by Black Mambas. They were outplayed by Black Mambas. Anyway, I still maintain, I think Black Mambas and Herentals could pose a tricky assignment, but with everything that has been dangled, specifically in front of the Scotland players, I think their motivation might just be enough to carry them forward if it doesn't turn into, too much pressure for them in terms of what's at stake.
So for Moors, how many points can they pick against Agama and against Northern Community?
They should pick 6, but I see them picking up 4.
All right, so let me put you on the spot. You two guys.
All right.
Who is going to win the Northern Region Soccer League?
I think
Who's going to win the championship title?
a big factor is going to be the decision over that abandoned game, Scotland-Karoi. I think that's throwing in the cat amongst the pigeons, because that's either going to be points in favour of Scotland or not. So I think that's a factor. But
Let's keep it on the last 2 games.
on the last 2 games,
Yeah, with Moors on top by a single point.
I'll stick with Moors. I think the points in the bag over the points that are yet to come.
David,
I'll go with Scotland.
you think they'll win it?
Yeah, I think they'll win it.
What do you think? Do you think Scotland will bring all their colourful supporters to the Premier Soccer League next season after peeping Moors? Talk to us. We are all over social media. Just look for ZTN Prime. If you are on X, if you're on YouTube, if you're on TikTok, we are all over social media. That's as the...
Konapo, ipapo, ba ZTN Prime, DSTV channel 294, the place to be.